wait. Let me ask you a question.
What's her name? What's her name? She doesn't care about
Nina.
Nina.
At all.
Do you think you're the prize?
I can answer that for you.
Oh, no. I want to talk to her.
What'd you say?
Does she think she's the prize?
Why is there a prize?
No.
Why
do you think you are the prize?
Why do you think that there's a prize? Are we playing a game?
No, of course not. I'm just saying, like...
There's only prizes in games. I don't play games.
So you're going to just run from the question I'm asking?
No,
do you
I
think
answered
you're
the
the
question.
one that
You're
needs to be
saying that
deserved?
there's a prize. I'm saying I don't play games.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Do you understand what I'm trying to ask you? Or you don't get it?
I heard the words that you used.
Yes.
I like words have meaning.
Jordan,
Of course.
sliding again.
You said, do I think I'm the prize? And I said, I don't play games. You can only have a prize in a game. I don't play games.
Fair enough.
Perfect
She be deflecting, I'm telling you. She deflects.
Because she doesn't know...
As men, we like yes or no. You're never going to get a yes or no. So I'm going to let you know that right now.
Because you know what it is? Because she's afraid of her own answer.
I'm not afraid of any answers.
you are.
You asked a question, you got an answer. You don't like the answer that you got, but you absolutely got an answer.
I don't like the answer. The answer you give me is the answer you're going to give me. Fair enough. I give you that. And I'm going to respect that. But the fact of the matter is, I think you run away from these answers because you don't want to look in the mirror for your own.
No, I'm comfortable with who I am. Now, if you want to ask a better question,
What's a better question, this sweetheart?
maybe you'll get a better answer.
What's a better question?
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to figure out.
Okay. So you're just being difficult. That's what it is.
It's fun. It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
And what's your name?
Patty.
I'm Patty.
Patty. How you doing, Patty? You seem like a person I can have a conversation with. That you actually.
I'm in between.
That's
I'm in
fine,
between.
but guess what?
Listen, I'm in between.
It's the island of Delulu.
You call me
That's
pick me all
fine.
the time, so I can't be Delulu.
That couch is the island of Delulu.
I'm going to get you on the right page, Patty.
He calls me a pick me all the time.
Let me tell you something. You don't need to, let me tell you something.
Hold
You
on,
have to
Josephine,
let
please.
men be men. Let a man be a man. And if he fails to be a man, he doesn't need to be your man.
Hold the mic closer.
The end. What?
There you go. All right.
Jesus Christ.
All right, this is gonna be our first time we ever do this. Be Black is ghetto. We're getting straight to the shits because this is crazy. Latest episode. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. But get your shit off. Just go ahead and start. This is crazy.
This is not my podcast. I'm not.
We were talking about 50-50 and all that.
Pre-pod.
The conversation everybody keeps on having over and over again.
So should we even have it?
Before we
Our
start,
opinions differ, so I don't know.
before we start, let me get this off. Oh yeah. By the way, everyone's week is great. It's Nina Lee's back. Got my boy Dotto here. Introduce yourself, my boy.
What's going on? Zem Dada None Hotter, the flyest nigga you ever known, the greatest.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, Sirski.
That's right. That's what they always
Wait, I
say.
didn't do
when
my
they see
Patty J, yeah.
It's so the energy's so up here. I'm just trying to catch it at this point because this is crazy. Well, before we do get to the shits, also, this is after Father's Day, so happy Father's Day, my
Oh,
boy.
thank you, sir. Thank you,
know what I'm saying?
thank you.
All right, we respect good black brothers up here. Good black fathers that take care of their kids. You heard?
Absolutely.
All right. So Nina,
Did you marry that woman?
Oh, damn, we gonna start like that?
Excuse me?
Did you marry that woman?
No, I did not.
Okay.
co-parenting is also healthy.
Okay.
All right. Damn.
Questions that have answers. See, that's a good question.
No,
Was it
that's
yes
kind of
or
a
no?
question that doesn't, like, mind your business type question. But
Yeah, but it was
fair
yes or
enough.
no. It was
I'll
a yes
answer
or
it
no.
because I'm trying to teach you that we can answer things without hiding and running. So hopefully we'll get somewhere today, Miss Nina.
Do you think I need to learn?
Oh, my God. You need a straight jacket,
Oh, wow.
an ice pack.
Wow, that's intense.
You got to cool down.
Do you feel traumatized already?
No, not at all. You have no idea who I am. You have zero. I'm just like really like embracing you because I've never met a female like yourself, which is pretty cool because you're really like, you know what I mean? So I know how to,
What does that mean?
like, you're just a force.
I like to use words.
That's fine. You're like a force.
Okay.
And I understand why you're like that.
Do you? Are you a
Of
therapist?
course.
Are you a licensed therapist?
I should have been.
But you're not.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So that's 2 no's.
Yeah.
Continue.
Good. See, you're the type of person, right, that can't keep a man.
Is that true?
I'm very true. And if you do, you
This is
probably
incel at its finest. You see how the
I bet
incels
it.
go so fast? Like, they literally will
But who can wanna deal with that?
They will fill in the blanks based on their own insecurities, right? So, like,
Insecurities?
when an incel hears you say something and they don't like it, they create a narrative of, like, what's going on in your life, right? So, like, truth be damned, right? Now I'm single. I don't have a man. I can't keep a man. What else?
You're mid?
I'm mid.
Nice.
Come on now.
No,
Don't
she's definitely a pretty female. So I'm not gonna say
So,
she's mid.
so what else have we filled in the blanks about?
No, I mean for how you are.
No, you said I can't keep a man. So
No. I said
so
from
that is
how you are.
So I like to use words.
You think I'm mumbling or something?
And
What do you
words-
think I'm doing here? I'm
Words
conversing
have
with you.
meanings, right? So if you tell me that I can't keep a man,
No, I say you seem like the type that can't keep a man.
okay,
It's a big difference.
Okay.
I'm only guessing.
you're guessing.
Yes, I don't know who you are. So you probably can't keep me. You're probably married. I don't know. With that attitude, the average is impossible. You probably found that man for you. But if not, I know you have to be single. It's impossible.
Impossible.
Are you
Because you're a pretty girl, and I'm telling you,
Jordan,
they're
are
like,
you
yo,
crying?
she's bad. Huh?
I don't know. I feel like my allergies going crazy. My eyes are mad itchy right now. I'm over here trying.
crying?
He's literally
Oh,
laughing.
bro.
He is enjoying this. He's like, finally somebody.
But I'm not trying to fight you, though. 'Cause that's the thing. Like, we can actually have a conversation.
We can
I
have
don't-
a conversation.
I just don't want you to feel like I'm
My
here to
eyes.
fight you. I'm here to have a conversation with you.
Well, in order for you to have a
Jojo,
fight
give
with
some-
me,
something for
I'd
his
have to be
eyes.
Don't
So
use the word
what
fight because
thought-
I got to use our words.
Should
I
have
would
a rapper
have-
song?
No,
I would
you
have to
just-
be a willing participant.
Oh,
I don't tussle with men.
Yeah, just
That's not my
revolve-
place
revolve.
as a woman. And I like to stay in my place as a woman, which is why men should stay in their place as men. I don't tussle with men. That's not my job. I'm a woman.
Anyway, so being black is ghetto. Latest episode. Let's get to the shit. Donald, we're gonna start with you, man.
Please.
I don't have to talk about today, but y'all two is a trip. So my first question on our lovely list: do you make it your purpose? Do you make it your purpose to be with a black woman? Why or why not?
Because they're the only race that can understand me, and I really think that each race should go with. Not trying on some race. It should be whoever you love, you're gonna love them. I don't care, but it's better when you do it inside of your culture because y'all can understand each other a little bit better. Y'all can connect a little bit better. So yeah, I'm on that type of path when it comes to like relationships.
Sirski, Dr.
Can I
Lamar
ask
would
a
be proud.
question?
Go ahead.
Do you think that has an impact based on where they are in the diaspora?
Say that one more time.
Do you think that has an impact based on where they are in the diaspora? Like, if you're Black American versus being with a Jamaican man, they're both black, but
I just
they're
think
not.
that if y'all have the same type of struggle, like, you know what I mean, like Jamaican, African, whatever the case is, if you know that this skin has a meaning and it has a war to it, I think you guys should be together and build on that.
So you don't think the diaspora, where they're at in the diaspora?
Right. I just think that there shouldn't be two wars marrying each other. It should be one war marrying each
What
other.
do you think, Nina?
Well,
Let me find out. You guys might both agree.
I actually disagree with the diaspora, right? I think once you're dating outside of your ethnic group, you might as well date anybody. So if you're dating, if you're Black American and you're willing to date a Nigerian, I think you should be willing to date a Puerto Rican or a white man or
Sound nuts.
a Korean because the reality is that you're gonna spend time teaching each other's culture and each other's customs. So if you're gonna take that on, you might as well just take that on.
But some cultures don't agree with how they was raised.
I'm not going from jerk seasoning to adobo. You're just not doing
Oh my God.
I agree with him. I think we should just stick with our own people. We're
think
better
we should,
together,
yeah.
stronger together. I
Absolutely.
think that's just how it should be. Because other races stick with their own majority of the time. And when they don't, it's kind of like frowned upon. Let's be real.
You know,
It's
have
funny you
kids,
say
you
that
should-
because Chinese people see it as dating outside of their race when they date a Korean or they date a Japanese person, even though they're all Asian. They don't see it as like, oh, well, we're all Asian. It's like, you're not part of my specific group, so you're dating outside. So at that point, they don't care if you're Chinese and you're dating a Korean person, to them, it's the same as you dating a white person or a Black person or Hispanic person. You're outside of culture.
No, I think for whenever somebody that's of a different race brings home a Black person, there's always a conversation.
Yeah, even if you're Chinese trying to bring home a Korean person, they'll still have a problem with that.
That was my point.
Yeah, no. You said, I don't know if you heard what you said. You said if a Chinese person brought home like a Korean person, it'll be cool. But
No, I didn't say that.
all right, so I misunderstood it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's
We
just
here.
such a tension thinking of German guard dogs.
No, I'm just saying, that's not what I said.
And it's like
I know
always,
what I said.
why whenever there are African American people that want to stick with African American people, we're looked at as racist. Why?
I don't think that's racist. I don't think that that's racist. I think that, like,
Only we think that's racist in a sense.
I guess.
you can't be racist. racism requires a power structure. So in order to be racist, you have to have control over the power structure of oppression in order to be racist. You can be prejudiced, but you can't be racist. That's impossible.
I've heard that take before.
Well,
That's a
I stick
crazy
with
part.
my people.
I've heard that take before. Listen, my own opinion is I don't believe in interracial dating. So that's what we're going to get into in a second. I don't believe in expanding outside of your own race because, like he said, if we can't relate, what is there to talk about? I always just bring the plain Jane, black and white. If y'all have a kid together, and you get stopped by the police, that's two different conversations coming from your mom or dad, whoever's the black one and the white one. And what you going to explain to that kid? Type shit.
I'm going through it right now, brother.
Like, it's just, I don't understand. I was watching that TV show, what was it, All American, the episode where Jordan got stopped by the cops, and he had to like have a serious conversation with dad, like, why did they do that? Same shit with the Carlton Banks shit and Fresh Prince, even though their whole family black in that shit, but it's just it's a different conversation when people come from two different lifestyles, bro. That's too much. But so what you're saying, I do believe just all black people can be together. If you're Jamaican or African, I think y'all could work it could work together.
Exactly.
As long as you're black, I feel like it's valid. I don't think you got to be a Jamaican with a Jamaican or African with an African. I understand the whole culture thing, but like I said, that could just come through when it's like
too,
family
when it's with Africans and Jamaicans really want to be with Jamaicans, and Africans really want to be with Africans because they understand that culture and how they grow up and how it's raised in the household. That's why most Africans don't even like Black Americans like that, because we do not, go under their type of culture rules or demands. You know what I mean? We're more free spirited in a sense. So that's why most Africans, real Africans, despise real Black Americans in a sense. So they'd rather you be an African to date your African.
Somebody said that in our comments too. They was like, "You guys are not black. I mean, they're not black. They're African." I'm like, "Nigga, what?"
Well, here's the thing. Black Americans have the worst PR in the world. We literally have like the worst PR in the world. We are, even to people within the diaspora, we are looked at as lazy, as unwilling to do. And it's from lack of knowledge, right? Because the conversations around why Black people have not been able to succeed are not realistic conversations, right? So you have a lack of historical footing for people to understand why we have been in this country for so long and we haven't been able to get ahead. And even when you look at like immigrants and like policies surrounding immigrants, let's say that like you are African and you come over to the US and the programs that are in place to help you succeed and have a business and earn income as a immigrant make you not understand why a Black American who has been here for all this time has not taken advantage of the same things without realizing that those programs are just not open to Black Americans. It's not part of our package, right? Also, a lot of Black Americans are not even educated enough about their own history to have intelligent conversations beyond just slavery. So they go, oh, we were slaves and now we're free. And that's the extent of their African American knowledge. When we have so many towns and so much wealth that was built time and time again within the African American community. And time again, we saw it legislated out of our hands through eminent domain or through riots or through mobs, through violence, through different things, like even through like public works, right? So almost every major park that is in the 50 states, especially state parks and city parks, are old, wealthy, Black towns and cities. So Central Park, for example, we're in New York, Central Park, that was Seneca Village. It was also called Little Africa. That is where Black people were thriving and making money and building an economy for themselves. And they utilized eminent domain, moved all those people out, scattered them, destroyed their wealth, destroyed their homes, and built a park in its place. So every time you go to Central Park and you enjoy it, just know that you are enjoying something on the backs of Black bodies that were making money in New York City, right? And we know about Tulsa, we know about Greenwood, but there's so many other towns. There's not a state in all of 50 states that does not have a similar history and a similar conversation, right? So,
all right, we know you picked up a fucking book, nigga. Damn.
Wait, before we even go on, see, that's the calm that a man would want in you. That's the conversation that we liking to have with a female like yourself. Not you just going off and just jumping out the window. If you start talking like that just a little bit more, I guarantee you'll land a nigga like me in your life. So yeah, go to the next question.
I want to ask you a question.
Shit, man.
Well,
what would make you think that I would want a man like you?
Trust me, I'm the ultimate man.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wasn't you just complaining about women having to like work and pay bills?
I don't complain.
It sounded like a complaint earlier.
Nah.
Continue.
He asked a question.
Just saying.
I was trying to use my words.
I'm just wow.
Just saying.
And you ain't
You
answer
didn't
his
marry that
question.
woman that you had children with.
No, I did not.
Why did you not marry her?
I didn't know I had a kid. I got a door knocked.
Oh, so you had no discipline. So you just like had.
No. I was in
You
a
were
relationship.
outside being willy nilly.
No, I wasn't outside being willing to.
That's OD.
I don't know how you make a baby. You don't know how it's made.
Well, how about this? We'll converse about this later.
Just saying.
Because listen, I want to use
Confusion.
podcasts for the right things and not just for the honest things.
I've never had a mystery baby in my hands, but okay.
That's what's up. You probably don't get no. You know what I mean?
Anyway, why does it feel like black people always want to branch out of their race or be accepted into something else? I.e., in society, you
People
have
too enough.
you have your little Italy's, your Chinatowns. Why we don't ever have like society set up like
You can't
that?
be using patois in front of me. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Oh yeah, his mom is.
Yeah, exactly. So, black American here. What does that mean?
People too want to be in something. They want to be a part of something.
Cool. Thank you.
Set it off, Dotto.
All right, ask the question one more time.
So why do black people always look for acceptance within other races or just in society in general? Like we can't just be isolated by ourselves.
You got to see how we were brainwashed from the beginning anyway, even through slavery alone. Us black people were, and what they say, like those shelter, what's the thing called outside? The fucking huts, whatever the
Shanty?
case is. Shanties.
Words have meanings.
Thank you, sister. But
Shade.
there's shanties out there, whatever case. So when we look at the big house, we're gonna be like, well, I want to stay in that house. So you do whatever you do to try to get up in that White House, whatever the case is. So going out, even us getting forced on to look at jewelry and look at the expensive things, like that shows a force of power. Like you feel like you've made it. So then you want to find your way to get into those rooms, and most rooms was with those outside of the black community people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, let me get into that room and understand that room. And then once you're in that room, then you get cultivated into that room. And then you forget where you came from and then accept it.
In my opinion, I think that comes from the fact that, because like what I see online, a lot of people always talk about the fact that they've had poor experiences within their own race. So it's kind of like after giving up on their own race, they decided to date outside of it. That's what
That's
I've
some
seen.
bullshit. Though. That's like
That's
some.
nonsense. You have poor.
I just feel like it's
you
only
have-
black people.
So you have.
I don't
poor-
agree with it, but that's just what I've seen.
It's like saying like when you go shop at a black-owned business, right? And you say, "Oh, well,
You
they're
have
gonna
to
have
stop
great-"
saying black-owned business, okay? It's a business. Once you say black-owned business, guess what you're doing?
You
cut
know,
your
I would
margins
like
down.
to finish my point.
You will, but you got to understand where
I'm
you
going to
have-
use the words that matter to me.
I know, but the words that you're saying are hurtful.
There is a point.
Go
and
ahead,
if you would reserve yourself, you would hear it.
Go ahead, sister. Talk your talk.
So, it's like when you shop at a black-owned business, a lot of times people will say, "Oh, I had a negative experience at this black-owned business, and so I'm not going to shop there or patronize there anymore." But you have negative experiences at Walmart. You have negative experiences at Nordstrom, at Saks, at Bergdorf, but you continue to go there. You have you know who has the worst customers? Apple. Apple hates y'all, and y'all we continue to buy everything from Apple, and Apple literally gives you their butt to kiss anytime you have an issue with your device. They're like, "Oh, too bad, buy another one." Right?
Speak for yourself. We grinch
And
all Apple products.
I'm just saying.
Love Apple.
I'm just saying in general, right? Like let your Apple care lapse to see how kind they are to you, right? But you will go and patronize a business from your own community, and the minute that the service is not higher than high, top notch, it's like I'm never coming back. But the reality is that it's a business, and they have a learning curve. And the same way that you can expect and respect the learning curves at other businesses, why not respect that within your community? Why is it that you're holding your community to an obscenely high and different standard than you hold any other business that you do business with? That makes no sense to me.
Well, you gotta understand the reason why most black people do that, because they should, most people, when they see a black-owned business, they go, okay, they should know what we're going through and why this price is too high. Like, my brother, you know why I'm coming here, because Apple's asking for $500. You made this business to make sure you help out our community. You want to bring that price down? That's what we have in our minds. We're always looking for discounts.
Who said that I made my business to bring the price down? My business is focused on luxury, and my prices
Well, the
are
thing
up.
is with black people as well too. black people like to overprice things. They don't understand.
That's a fact.
Yeah, they don't understand that
You're not lying.
you need. Oh, here we go.
No, he's not lying.
I'm
Let's
gonna
talk
help
about
you.
hair. Let's talk about nails. Let's talk
I'm going to
about
help
lashes.
you. I'm going to help you. Like, for instance, if you know you want to go get a plate of food from a black-owned business, why am I spending $50 for this plate of food when I know for a fact I can go and get it for $20? So you're trying to overprice and get me because you want the most. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm killing myself. What is this red flag for?
What's for you?
I'm asking you to use your words.
So I was letting you finish your point. I just wanted.
It's okay. The red flag is just so crazy. Can you please go? Because yo, Pancho, if you have a 6-foot red flag, let me wear it just for her. Because as soon as I walked up in here, she's been the red flag. Actually, she might be blood. Now to think about it.
Here's your flag. Here's your flag.
This ain't big enough.
Give him 2. Give him 3.
I need like the those I need like a hood ornament type shit. Like, you are ridiculous, but why the red flag? Go ahead.
just the whole
Yes, something.
Not
Like,
all the rest of the red flags. This is crazy.
You're ridiculous,
You
but go
assisting
ahead.
him is
Gotta
crazy.
throw it out like a torpedo.
But go ahead.
So I understand that that's how it feels. But the reality is that most black people are not exposed to structure that allows them to lower prices.
So
right?
why don't they go do this?
Black people not exposed to
She's
structure.
right.
Is
Hold on, she's
it's
right.
not just exposure. It's purchasing power, right? So like if we think about, I know a lot about real estate, right? So I'll talk to you about real estate. In real estate, for non-blacks, more specifically whites, when they want to get into the real estate space and investment, they can go borrow money from their cousins, right? So they'll say, oh, can you take out a HELOC, which is equity loan? Can you take out a HELOC? Can you take out a HELOC? And they'll put the money together and they'll maybe go buy a building, right? And it's them and 3 of their cousins and they agree to pay them back. And so they're able to buy this thing with a lower interest rate and lower their prices on their apartments because they were able to finesse the deal differently. Black people, even if I know that that's an option, I lack the community and the network with which to pull that together and pull that off. So if you're talking about food, let's say, right? As I might be starting my business, I might not be able to afford the membership to Restaurant Depot just yet, right? So I'm buying my food from the local grocery store and I'm cooking it. And so for you, it's like, well, why is this plate $50? But I don't have the margin because I'm buying the food at market rate and then I'm cooking it and I'm spending my time and my energy and my resources and I might be making a little bit of money.
That's lack of research.
Yeah, extra $7 shouldn't be on my plate for extra oxtail gravy.
So it's not lack of research, right? It's lack of opportunity because in order to shop at Restaurant Depot, you have to have a membership.
Yeah, but Restaurant Depot is not the only place you can shop at.
I'm not saying it is.
Right.
Even if you're shopping at BJ's or Costco.
Whatever. Like I said, there's always ways to find a better price.
But you have to be able to source and get that.
I think I agree with him with research. Only saying that because when it comes to something like my decorating business, I had to do my research to find lower prices for me to give my clients the best deal. That's something I chose to do.
There we go.
Because if not, I would have just been overpricing everything so that I could make money.
And that's
back.
the thing. Like, for instance, I give you a T-shirt situation, right? Most people who want to do T-shirts, first of all, they look at it like, oh, no, I need the Nautica ones. All right, boom, Nautica T-shirts. No, you don't. Go get you some Nildens. Wasn't it Nildens, whatever? Go get the Nildens.
Gildan.
Gildan, there you go.
I can help you.
You could help me.
You know, I do this business thing. But
Me too.
continue.
I do it very well, too. But the Gildans, like, you get a shirt for like $1.99 instead of something that's $5. You just saved yourself damn near $3 on the margin. So you keep going on like that, and then you don't do silk press, do a regular press. Silk press might cost you $25, and the regular press might cost you $10.
Shout out to Gildan Black Tees.
Mind you, good. So now look, now you win a T-shirt for what, $13 to $14. You could probably sell that for $20 to $25 instead of $50 or $60, making people go, I'm only going to buy it once, other than having to reoccur.
But as you know, with Gildan, if you want to buy better quality shirts,
But you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, start low and then
You have to start
increase
somewhere.
as time
You have
goes
to
on.
make sure you have a
What you pointing
demand.
the flag at me for? I agree.
You have
Gildan, good quality.
You have to. It's not. You have to. You have
well, there's
to.
different weights to the shirt. So that's the funny thing is that
Right,
Gildan
but you have
has
to commit.
different
You
weights
have
at
to.
different prices.
You have to create demand, and once you create demand, then you can start creating your own prices.
Okay, so
and different quality.
Here's a question.
Go ahead.
I buy a shirt from you. You bought the $199 Gilda. You still have to buy that in bulk, by the way. So you have to have the money to buy it in bulk.
Of course.
But you went ahead and you bought the $199 package. You bought a small order, which is I think 50 shirts.
50 shirts, right?
Is the minimum, right? If I remember correctly. So it's 50
You're right.
shirts.
No,
$2,
you're absolutely right. Go ahead.
right?
I'm with you. Go ahead.
I went and I bought that. I have to do the ink from my press. I have to do all these different things. I'm starting up, whatever, fine. Because I bought the $199 shirts and I charged you $25. Cool. It falls apart in the third wash. Now you're still mad because you paid $25 for a shirt that fell apart in the third wash. And you're going to feel like, oh, it's not quality. Why would you sell me that?
Because
Champion doesn't have the
you're
best quality
buying
shirts, people
membership
still
in
buy
a
it.
sense. You want people to buy membership. You don't want people to buy your clothes. You want to sell a product to a point where people are like, yo, I feel like something good in here. I need another one. Or I like this shirt. I like how they moving. I feel like I'm a part of something.
And when it falls apart
But
in
then
the
I have
third
a
wash.
question. If that's the case, like for example, y'all buy Marinas, right? The wife beaters. Aren't those poor qualities? We have to keep buying new ones.
Yes.
What's
But y'all still do
Marina?
it, right?
Those white beaters, the white.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But just
tank
still buy
tops.
it.
The tank tops. Yeah.
They buy it in a pack of
white
like
under
what for like
shirts.
They
$6,
start to
something like
stretch
that?
and they
Yeah.
start to like feel like.
And they keep
dingy.
buying it because they need it.
Right.
It could be like that.
It's like white tees. You're not supposed to wear white tees OD. Once you
Exactly.
start yellowing on the white.
Just keep buying it again.
Yeah,
Maybe if
awesome.
you buy quality white tees, they don't yellow.
No, you can't stop sweat.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't stop your body. When your body tells you it needs to release some of that sweat out, it's going to go somewhere, and you're not going to walk around naked, are you? It's going to be on your shirt.
I would just tell you that, better quality shirts don't.
Listen, not all of us can shop at Rainbow like the girls do, okay? Our shirts actually cost something. Not y'all $2 dresses that y'all come in there and, I'm saying, niggas be buying their whole fucking outfit out
They're
of
$6.
pretty little things and fucking Shein and shit.
Jesus
They're
Christ.
$6, not $2. But listen, I understand what you guys are saying about pricing, but oftentimes, I'm just saying we don't have the infrastructure to reduce costs in the way that other communities do.
Yeah, but again,
Well, two things could be true.
And as things grow, you get the infrastructure and you're able to grow your brand and scale your brand and do things like that.
like get better quality.
But I do know with our people be trying to get money fast and be doing too much.
That's the thing. No one looks into the 10-year
And the
plan.
customer service be a
I
negative
need money
7.
now.
Yep.
But here's the thing. The margins are terrible on some of the things. Like, let's be for real. Like, a lot of the things y'all buy that are designer are made in prisons in the U.S., and they make it for that brand and a cheaper brand, and the only difference in quality is actually the label they sew into the back of the shirt.
I believe that.
So
Very true.
It's a fact. You don't have to believe it. It's a fact. Google
All right, watch who
it.
you talking to like that.
You. So the thing is that when you're talking about like user and experience, it's like people are willing to overpay for things when they believe in the brand and things like that. It's just like, why can't you believe in a brand that looks like
I
you?
just think that we need to do better in general.
I bought a
When it
bathing
comes
ape
onto
tee.
pricing.
I washed that shit like twice, and it started. The bathing ape shit had the regular circle shit. That shit started cracking up after like 2 fucking washes. That shirt was $100.
Like,
but I didn't buy it.
Like I could
A
bring,
bitch
like
did.
for
But I'm
example,
just
like
saying.
when it comes to like in the doing lashes and hair and nails, I like to go to private suites with black women. I like to support black women and stuff like that. But they'll charge me like $120 for lashes when you go to the nail salon for like $40 to get the same thing. Why are you charging that much?
You're in a private suite.
They chose to go in a private suite. Why they didn't go in the
You
salon?
chose to book a private suite.
I still think the prices is just
When you
too
get
The
your
prices-
because I
eyelashes,
want to support my people.
when
so
you
of
get
course
your
I'ma do it.
eyelashes done in the nail
'cause the
salon, they
thing
sit you in a
is,
chair in the back.
I feel like most black
and
people
tell
who
you hold
start
your eye
off
like this.
doing their business, they don't really know
mean, I get
business.
that.
with
but-
5 other girls breathing over you. You're paying for the experience. Stop it.
Okay, but then they need to work on their customer service if we're paying for an experience. Customer service is horrible.
So let me also be clear, right?
The late fees. The Chinese people don't have the late fees.
Because they didn't book you an appointment. You got to sit in there for 3 hours till it's your turn.
You got to answer for everything.
Dotto, get your shit
I mean, am I being for real?
off. One mic. Yo, Dotto, get your shit off.
I'm even getting lost when she talk. The thing is, like,
Make it right.
when it comes,
Get back on path.
Oh God.
the thing is when black business, the thing is when people start off businesses, black-owned businesses, they don't really know what business is. They don't know how to put in as small as you can to get a good return back and keep it reoccurring. How can I get this customer back? What is my, you know what I mean? How can I?
So we're having a conversation about financial literacy, which is also a problem in the black community that we don't have any of. But I digress. Continue.
No, go ahead, please.
Expound.
Go off.
Go
King.
ahead. No.
Go off, Martin Luther
I'm not
King.
here.
The name of this episode is definitely Martin Did Not Have a Dream.
Martin did not have a dream.
He did
As
not
a
have a
matter of
dream.
fact, Martin Luther King told y'all after the fact that integration was the worst thing that y'all ever asked for. But I digress.
I beg that pardon?
Oh yeah. Martin Luther King literally told y'all after he fought for civil rights and integration, he literally said he felt he led his people into a burning building. That integration was not as great as y'all cracked it up to be. But
that is on the topic list. So
Go
since you
off,
brought it
King.
up, you're gonna get to it. I definitely agree. I wholeheartedly agree. This whole thinking back now to the times that we're in today, to sit there and be like, that's why I asked earlier why we look for acceptance. I feel like we would have been a lot more successful if we kept money in our own community and literally
Stay
just
together.
did things by ourselves. It's only black people, once again, that want acceptance so badly in other places, i.e. shit like the Grammys. Why the fuck do we give a fuck about the Grammys? We, as black people, literally run the whole music industry. But we look for this white acceptance to be like, oh, we're somebody here. That shit loses me every fucking year, bro. Every year. But opinions.
well, that's
you're telling the
hostile.
truth, though. You're very factual. I have nothing to say because you nailed
I
it.
agree.
Thank you, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, because we don't got our own schools, we don't got our own banks, we don't got our own hospitals.
We do have our own banks. That's incorrect.
Well, then tell us.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us. You work there, right?
And even if we do, it's like I always say, it's how many. So yeah, if there's some
You know
black,
what's funny about black-owned banks? You know who takes out the most loans from black-owned banks? Non-black people, because black people don't bank at black-owned banks. I digress.
You know where their black-owned banks are?
Yeah,
Please.
Google
Can you let the people know?
Google them. They're usually small state banks.
We want to know where.
My phone is not with me right now.
I
But
thought you worked there.
I could give you a list later on after the pod.
You do
since
that,
you
please.
need help with Google. But there are black-owned banks, and especially when it comes to business loans, they have to give out a certain amount of money. And oftentimes, it's not even black people going to go get the loans because they don't bank with them. They wind up giving those.
But it has nothing to do with us not wanting to. It's just not having the knowledge to know
Well,
they're there.
it's also
That
it's
part.
inconvenient oftentimes, right? So like most black-owned banks are not syndicated in the way that like a Chase is or a Bank of America
And they
is.
do that on purpose. I'm sure they're not in our communities.
They
That's why you need to be educated. Shout out Germ. He's been said that on his on
I
his
don't put it in our
story.
community.
They
Open a bank with everybody so you can build history.
are. But it's inconvenient. It's in your community, but 9 times
What are
out
they,
of 10 it's
credit
inconvenient.
unions,
They have one bank, right? They have one branch, and anytime you take money out of your account from anywhere else, you're getting charged fees from them, charged fees from the ATM, whatever. I mean, we're a much less cash-ready society now, but that was definitely a source of discouragement in the past. Like, I don't know.
Well,
if
the
you guys
black-owned banks
remember.
that you're talking about, is it government funded?
They are FDIC insured.
So is it black-owned?
They're
money from
black-owned.
Okay.
If you could be federally insured.
Well, yeah, niggas need to
black-owned.
relax. Stop whispering in the fucking mics.
I want to know what the hell they saying.
I said he said that they're not black owned because they're federally insured, and I said you can be federally insured and black owned. Insurance is insurance. What are we talking about right now?
There should be black-owned insurance. There should be fully black-owned. This has
Well,
to
that's a whole different conversation. Build a black insurance fund, but federally.
So that doesn't make them fully black-owned then?
no,
See why we
the
need to
federal
come together
insurance.
as
That's
a
what,
people?
that's what I was trying to explain.
Federal insurance doesn't give ownership to the bank.
What I'm trying to say is... throughout
Chase
the-
is not owned by the feds. Chase is owned by the people at Chase. The feds just insure up to $100,000 or $200,000.
Fair enough.
Of that per
What
account.
I'm trying to say is if you're going to be fully black-owned through the banks, which I'm trying to
Air
say...
quotes. It's crazy.
Just go keep on. This lady is nuts. She's not even like hell. She's nuts.
That's fine.
Like you probably sleep with melatonin. There's no,
No.
way you just stay up. You just go to sleep. Like you just stay up all night, don't you?
I sleep well after.
Like you know how people got that one person in the head talking to you? You got like a clan.
Clan.
No, after I beat up on people like you for fun,
You don't
I
beat up
sleep
on
like
me.
this.
I'm trying to tell you.
Like a
I'm
baby.
probably your worst nightmare. But it's fair because you know what? We're getting to know each other, which is fair. You don't know who the God is.
Your light work.
Light work is crazy. Light work is crazy. Anyway, yo, all right. I want to let's get back because we kind of segued a little crazy. I want to get back to interracial dating, right? I'll tell a quick story about my family, right? I love my mama to death. You feel me? My mama got about 3 or 4 brothers, whatever the case is. All of them date white women. So me and my brother brought it up to my mom and said, I ain't gonna lie, Mom, your brothers is wildin'. Have you ever had the conversation with your brothers about why they all choose white women? And my problem is when people talk about interracial dating, in my experience, because y'all comment niggas be getting me mad.
Say that one more time to the
In
camera.
my experience, right? When we talk about interracial dating, I never see it's a black man with an Asian, a black man with an Indian woman, a black man with whatever other race. Always black and white. In my personal experience, don't look at me like that. Once again, it's always a black man with a white woman. So I just want to know why in the realm of interracial dating, why y'all just immediately jump to white? Or why do y'all think black people jump to white immediately?
I don't think they jump to white. In my experience, they just jump non-black. But I think jumping to white is something very specific. I think that it's the whole white is right and white is access in their minds. And so I say in their minds, not in my mind.
I just gotta let the white people know. The mayonnaise people know.
Oh, Jesus.
Continue.
And so with that, first of all, white women.
The mayonnaise people, the palm people.
Let me think of how I'm gonna say this and not
Caucasian,
get canceled.
maybe?
No.
That's the right way to say it.
The non-seasoned.
There's no way to say this without sounding crazy, but white women are the keepers of supremacy.
That is crazy.
And, well, they are. If we look historically at lynchings and at the reasoning oftentimes behind lynchings, there's a white woman at the center. If we look at Woodrow Wilson showing Birth of a Nation, what was able to incite them was the idea of a black man with a white woman, because white women are deemed as what women should be deemed, as the keepers and forebearers of society and community. And so in the sphere of supremacy, especially white supremacy, white women are the key holders. And I think for some people, subconsciously, when they feel like they've defeated the dragon is when they can get a white girl. Because now they're like, well, look, I've crossed all barriers. I have your keeper. I have your key holder. I'm not saying that they think that hard, but I do think that that's what the internal thought is. Because a lot of times when you listen to those men talk about their white women and juxtapose her against black women, it's always black women are terrible and this white woman is everything that womanhood has to offer.
So it's not environmental? Like, some people can't just... What if a black guy goes to like a dominantly white school and that's what he knows? And he actually meets someone that he loves because there's not that many black women in there.
That's the one time I give it a pass.
You know what's crazy? There's this
I don't
thing.
give it a pass anytime.
I'm not gonna lie, that happened with LeBron's son. He took a white girl. LeBron's son took a white girl to prom. But I mean,
He didn't have to.
This is me.
He didn't have to.
He could have got his cousins to invite a friend.
This is me assuming. I'm pretty sure LeBron don't live around. You know, he don't live
Right.
nowhere near
And
the
that-
Negroes.
and that's his
Like
parents
he
put him there.
he probably his kid probably went to a predominantly white
blame
school.
his
He went to
So
Sierra
doesn't-
Canyon, which does have black students.
Like I said, I
And
don't
they
know.
have black women.
I don't know. I'm just saying it probably is predominantly white. And if
I have
that's
a
the
cousin
case,
who went
wouldn't
to a
surprise me.
predominantly white school, and he made it his business to date
Well, that was him.
black girls. And there was only like 6 of them in the whole
You
class.
know what I dislike
right?
when people say, you can't help who you fall in love with. Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
Oh, and
Yes,
by the
you
way,
can.
so we are clear before we go down this path. I'm a proponent of interracial dating. I believe in it.
I know you do.
I believe in it. But I think
Candace Owens.
I
That's who
think
she reminds me of. That's who she is.
Yo.
Boom. I'm like, no, there's somebody that bothers me
Somebody.
that is also intelligent at the same time, but makes no sense. Candace Owens.
are you calling me Candace? That's
Yes.
wild. That's wild. That's
Yes.
wild.
You're very
I rock
intelligent.
with her.
I'll give you
Some of
that.
the things she say, I agree.
I
Some of the
I
things
agree
she
with her
say,
too,
I'm like,
but then she
Tripping.
does. She be driving and she just
And Candace Owens is also
Everybody
married
died
to a
over
white. She's
here.
married to a white man. So I be
she is
looking at
married
her
to a
like,
white man.
I'm not married to a white
We
man.
know you ain't married.
Oh my God. Yo.
Well, neither are you, sweetheart.
You're
So
right.
we're in this together.
Yo, you know what I'm saying?
We're
look at it.
filing these taxes
Connected.
But I
together.
just find it crazy how
Right?
people that are so knowledgeable on African American history always end up dating a person of a different,
Can I say something real quick?
race. Why?
Listen, if you date outside your race, you can't have no conversation about black struggle. and like that.
Talk
That's just-
to him.
Thank
That
you.
is categorically
Talk to him.
untrue. That is
If you
categorically
understand,
untrue.
my thing is, why would you go? Why would you go with the?
You can't help who you
Nah,
love.
You can't be
Get
black
your bars
power
off.
and knowing what
You
we
know
go
who
through
oppressed
and
us?
date
Like,
the
come on.
opposition.
You can't help who you love.
You can't help
Yes,
who
you
you love,
can.
but
You
guess
can,
what?
you
You can
choose.
also choose
You
what kind of
chose.
conversation you allow in.
Exactly.
So
You don't just fall in love by seeing somebody's face. Oh, that's the one. No,
Never met a
you
fire
have to.
man before.
I don't give a rat's ass what he looked like. I have to get to know the person. I choose to get to know that person.
He's
So it's
pretty.
a choice.
he was pretty. Here's the thing, right? I do, like I said, and this is where saw something fly by. If you date outside of your exact ethnic group, you might as well date anybody, in my opinion.
Shine.
So if you're Black American and you're willing to date a Jamaican, a Nigerian, a Haitian, a Cuban, a Dominican,
she's trying to be right.
You might as well.
And it's not working. You're crashing right now.
I'm not crashing.
You are.
I mean it. Here's the thing. As a person who has dated, personally, people who are Black, but not Black American, there's a lot of work that goes into teaching them about Black American history.
That's the thing. Our Black American history was already wrong in a sense, too.
Wasn't done yet.
Go ahead, sweetheart.
There's a lot of work that goes into teaching them. I have a father who is from Gullah, Geechee, South Carolina, very connected to his history. I have a mother who is from the Carolinas as well. Her family's from the Carolinas as well. Very connected to her history, very connected to her family tree. We can actually trace our family members back.
But then my question is, if it's the same
centuries,
if you're saying that Black Americans have to be taught.
Wait, hold on.
The white people have to be taught. Asians have to be taught.
Hold on.
So what's the difference?
What I'm saying is this.
I'd rather teach my own people.
So what I'm saying is
somebody else.
When I have a conversation with a Haitian or with a Jamaican or with a Cuban or with a Nigerian or Ghanaian or whatever they are, I have to do the same level of labor of like, this is Black American history.
So you're still making the conscious decision to go talk to somebody else.
Exactly.
They are all others is my point. They are all others.
So this is why I want to wrap this.
But this is why y'all don't like it, but they are all
but at the end of the day,
but this is why I want to wrap this back to you're purposely making a conscious decision to go talk to somebody that is not Black. Mm-hmm. Am I correct in saying that?
If you are not Black American, you are an other.
But you still have more in common.
And you're making a conscious decision to go talk to your other.
You still have more in common with your own people, whether they have an African background or a Black American background. What do you mean? We use washcloths. They don't. That is a common thing in the Black community, whether you're African or not.
Like I said, she drives a car and she doesn't drive off the bridge.
By the way,
she's just talking.
They got to be taught that. We got to teach them extra stuff.
I'm
a Black American, right? I'm a Black American. I meet an African Nigerian woman.
Some of them do use
Pay attention.
They use washcloths.
Don't put your glasses at me.
Give me a second. I'm Black and American, right? And I go date an African Nigerian woman, correct?
Mm-hmm. You're not good enough for her family.
As long as you give the dowry, you're good.
Let him get his shit off.
You are not good enough for
as long as you give the dowry, they don't care.
Her parents are mad that you are walking your American Black behind in their house. You uncultured swine is how they feel.
That's not true.
That is literally
that's
not
true. That's true.
Okay, it's true.
It's true.
It's
like
true.
I told you before, African people look down on Black Americans.
Don't mess with y'all.
Until you pay that dowry. They shut up real fast.
But they don't mess with y'all. And by the way,
but what I'm trying to get into is, hold on, give me a second. What I'm trying to say is this.
Dr. Not King.
I think I would, Jesus Christ. I think that if I dated an African Nigerian woman, and she will understand me way more than a white woman, an Asian woman, a Mexican, any fucking day, just off the strength because we deal with the same kind of struggles and we understand where it comes from. You understand?
You want to bring home a Pataleo so badly. I can't wait to see your father's face when you do that. I cannot wait. Goya bean ass.
She just wants to bring someone home just to start an argument.
And you know another thing that kind of annoys me too? Like, why? I've seen online. Don't come at me because y'all annoying. Women, when they talk about dating a white man, it's like, oh, my experience with this white man was so beautiful. How about you choose go get yourself together mentally, become healthy so that you can find a healthy Black man. You can. The same way you found that healthy white man, you can find a healthy Black man. Women be giving up on their own men too soon.
So I believe the following. Take a deep breath, everybody. Calm down.
We've been doing that this whole entire time.
Because I'm about to say something that's going to shake the table. Oh, God. You have options in your youth that you do not have when you get older. And I'm a fan of the following. Here are the criteria. Let me look at the camera.
Should have moved the couch.
Yeah, here's the criteria. If you are a woman who desires marriage and to have children naturally within the covenant of marriage, and you hit age 30, you got to make some concessions. The end.
Oh, tomato, throwing tomato. And I'm red flagging that.
If you're cool with IVF, if you're cool with freezing your eggs, if you're cool with maybe never getting married or never having children, if any of those other things come into play.
There are women that's
cool.
having babies now and they're 48, 50, 52.
Hold on.
Fine.
Just
fine.
And that's fine. But there's a level of being cool with what if this doesn't happen, right? And I'm saying this, and I think that is very difficult for people who have children young or have children, period, to understand that changes drastically as a childless woman over a certain age, where if you don't want medical intervention, if you solely want to have children naturally and within the covenant of marriage, if you're not pressed about being married first before you have kids, this is not the conversation for you. But when you hit 30 and you want to be married first before you have kids, you got to make some concessions. And that's not just race. That's about a lot of things. You might have to say, he might be a little bit shorter than I wanted. He might have to be a little bit less attractive than I thought I wanted.
Settlement.
He might not have, I didn't say that. He might
You're
not.
naming things to settle to.
I agree.
He may
Every
not.
relationship, it's a reacher and a settler.
She's giving out
He may not be the
critiques
thing
that she has to take away
that in my-
to settle to be happy.
I didn't.
I'm
I'm not
rather
using that
settle
word.
with the black man.
That's what I'm saying. I
and
want to know where all of this
listen,
wraps around
listen,
to
listen.
I don't care.
you still not being with a black man. Like,
And that's fine for you, right? But I'm not condemning or telling someone that they're not pro-black because the things that they were willing to compromise on led them to not being with a black person.
you're not pro-black
My
if you are
thing is,
not with a
okay,
black
so if
woman
that's the case,
or a
how
black
come
man.
every
Thank
time
you.
a person is a black person is dating somebody that's not black, they always want to put down art themselves? Like,
That's not true. I love black men, but I don't
Barely.
exclusively date black men. I love them. They're wonderful. I think that black men
Are they your
kings.
first choice?
You let money lead before anything else. That'd be your problem. That'd be
You
your
are
problem.
an op, sir.
All right.
That was
Is
very
black
op.
your first
This
choice?
not even the episode
Is
for
black
that.
your first choice?
This is not
Is
even
black
the
your
episode
first
for
choice?
that.
The bank account is the
I
first
just
choice for her.
refuse to be fulfill somebody's fetish.
But okay,
That
so
part.
You got one time to tell me to call
is
me
the
a
first-
black bitch and tell me to suck your cock before I get up and leave.
So let me be clear. I do think that, but this is my thing. I think that if someone doesn't treat you well, that's a red flag regardless, right? So like, I'm not into race play. I would never participate in that. I have way too much pride in my culture and who I am for that to happen. But
Way too proud of much in your culture, but you would date out of your race.
you
Don't make no sense.
have a seat.
I'm
Thank you.
actually sitting. What are you talking about?
For you to be so educated on history, does it
Yeah,
make
she's
sense why you
she's
want to
Candace
date
Owens. I'm trying to
the
tell you
oppressor?
guys.
So we're clear, right? There's a spectrum of interracial dating. And just because you're not dating exclusively black men does not mean you jumped to white men, right? And again, I'm of the belief that if they're in the diaspora, you are dating outside of your culture anyway. So whether he's Dominican, he's Nigerian, he's Haitian, you're not dating a black American man, period. You have opened that up, sister. And maybe he's palm colored or maybe he's black hair side colored, but he's still out there in the diaspora somewhere.
Bro, fuck the ethnicity. The skin color matter. That's what you fail to realize. The
That's
skin
not-
color matters.
So let me be clear. So let me ask you a question. Do you think, hypothetically, do you think that there's a problem with that if I was to date, let's say, a South Asian man who is of darker hue, that he's not experiencing the same exact...
Hell no. You know, don't even do that. Because the
She's
dark skinned
trying to
Spanish
find
people and all
fights,
that.
bro.
You know,
I didn't say Spanish. I said dark
I'm just
skin
saying in
South
general.
Asian.
Because
They be like her color.
You know, first off, them dark skinned Dominican niggas be looking purple. They
I
don't even
didn't
count
say-
for real.
I didn't say-
I know black. I didn't
I know black, exactly. I know
Yeah,
black.
you're
They
right.
don't be counting.
Dominicans are
I
crazy.
never
They,
said
So
they're
them
low-key
dark skinned
Haitian.
Asian niggas, they be what those little Filipino looking at. They don't count. You know they don't count. They're like a diet complexion. They're like diet melanin. They don't count, bro. We talking about us. Stick to us, bro. I'ma
and
say
by
it
the
again.
way,
If you do not date a black woman / black man, you are not pro-black. We are standing on
So
that.
if I date, so what? Okay, so let me ask two questions. So if I date a black Cuban, am I dating black?
Like Afro-Latino?
A Cuban that's her color.
It has
If he
nothing
is
to do
not
with the
actually, but if
complexion.
his mother or father's not black, no, you are not pro-black. I don't care how dark he is.
If I date a Cuban, that's her complexion.
We're not sticking just to the complexion of a person.
She's
Work with
trying
me
to
here.
find a fight.
If I date a Cuban, that's her complexion. Am I not pro-black?
You know the answer to that.
I don't care if you David Ortiz color. No, nigga, you not black. It's not black. It's not
So that's what
pro-black.
I've been saying.
But no, you're sitting there trying to jack. Oh, as long as if you're not fully.
No. Y'all hit me with the if you're black, you're in the black spectrum, and I said from the door, if you're not black American, You're dating outside of your race. Did I not say that several times?
You did.
You did.
Thank you. So when I just asked if he's Cuban in your color, and y'all gave me the whole as long as you're black, as long as you have the same
but
skin
he's
color.
You know there's different
African.
levels
Switching
going
it out.
on. Like,
We
that's
didn't
the
say
thing.
color.
Like,
We never said
That's a
color, though.
Hispanic compared to an African.
He said that. And I'm saying, I'm simply saying that the same way you're going to look at this Cuban who is her complexion, that when we hold hands until he opens his mouth
So
with an
Cubans are
accent,
African, as you're saying?
what I'm saying is
Cubans
until he
African?
opens his mouth,
Is Cubans African?
Yes or no, Nina?
well,
Don't-
technically,
I'm done. See, I can't do it with her. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's trying to find a fight.
technically,
Just take the L. It's
technically,
okay. It looks
if
cute on you.
if you are of African descent, you are of my people.
Oh my God. You don't know how to submit.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
That's what it is, too.
Oh my God.
Here we
You
fucking
got
go.
something
You know
to
what's
say
crazy about the
all
conversation about
time.
submission? You got to be a man first, and you got to be a leader first. So if you're not getting submission, it's because you're just not who you need to be.
Have you
That don't have
submitted to a
nothing to do with
man
me.
before?
That's a
I
you
mean,
problem, not a me problem.
also to become submissive, you have to stop being combative.
Whose side are you on?
I'm just.
She said,
I'm just
combative.
speaking
She
inside.
don't know what that is. She cut, yo, let's
I had to
something
learn
else.
that because I used to be very combative.
Nina.
You don't have to submit to
Nina.
everyone who has a
Real
Y
quick. No,
chromosome.
real talk.
I'm not saying
real
to
talk.
anyone, but if I choose to be with someone, yeah. I'm
Let me ask you a
gonna not
question.
be
You wanna be
combative.
with him? What are we talking about right now?
I'm taking right now. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, it's fine.
But what I'm trying to say, Nina, is that you are too strong for your own good. Sometimes you
Am I?
got to know your role and shut your mouth. I guarantee you'll be more happy in life.
I do want to get this off real quick.
So let me tell you something
Oh,
real quick
all right.
about that. 'Cause I love
Ask the
when
next
y'all-
question because she's gonna keep going.
Stop doing that. Because let me tell you something. This is the problem with Y chromosome carriers. They think that because they have a Y chromosome, that everyone's supposed to bend the knee. And I'm not bending the knee to every Y chromosome carrier because they're just existing in the universe. That's a red flag, buddy. Now, if you're my man, if you are my protector and my provider, then to your point, yes, I don't need to be combative. I've chosen you to lead, and I've chosen you to be in charge, and I've chosen you to respect.
So in
and
the
submit to.
argument, you
but you are
quiet?
not my choice.
I don't want to be
So
nowhere
I
near your choice.
don't have to submit to you at all. I can fight with
Sweetheart,
you all day.
You couldn't.
For fun.
Because
for
you know what I'll do?
For sport.
Let me tell you
Listen,
something.
I
Nina,
got
let
nothing
me tell
better
you
to
something.
do.
Let me tell you something. You argue with me, I'm going to bring you to the bathroom. I'm going to put you in front of the mirror and walk away. Because you're going to be arguing with that person all day long. That's how you argue with me. I make you feel stupid all the time.
Well, I
You will
know I'm
never
not
win.
stupid.
I know, but I will
All
make
right,
you feel
let's
it.
get to this last thing because I want to get to this topic before we close out. All right. Why do you believe the divorce rate is the highest with black people? Because it is. Statistically, it's 30.8 amongst everybody else. You know,
'Cause black people
give
are
my little
poor and
stats.
they get married for love.
Same-sex marriage?
Hold on. Let me pull up my stats for niggas, all right? So as of 2022, 19% of married opposite sex couples in the United States were interracial, up to 3% in 1967. This number has been increasing over time with the percentage of married couple households that are interracial or interethnic growing from 7.4% in 2000 to 10.2% between 2012 and 2016. Some reasons for the increase include growing acceptance of interracial couples, America becoming more diverse, younger Americans becoming more educated, and higher rates of interracial marriage among people with more education. So I ask again, why do you believe that factors into black people having the highest divorce rate in America?
Nina got to answer
Donald,
last.
you start
Nina,
first
I'm
because
gonna
she's
answer
the
last.
most long-winded
Answer
person. So I would like
No,
Donald to go first.
Please. Let
Oh, let her.
please.
All right. So get your bars off.
No.
ahead.
I would love to hear your opinion
No,
first. Let me
because
yield
I gotta
to
hear
you.
this because I just need to learn from you.
No.
Come on, alpha male. I want to hear from you. Go ahead. Floor
Okay,
is
high
yours.
value man over there. Go ahead. Let us know.
Value. All right, go ahead.
Kevin Samuels lives through us.
No, for real, I really want you to
I
go.
liked Kevin Samuels.
Huh?
Because I actually watched this
Scrolling
content.
on
I
the
did
picnic
like him.
board. No, it's
I
not.
watched the full
I
stuff.
like him too. But go ahead. No,
I
for
don't
real,
like
really
to make
want you to go
opinions without
first.
seeing it in full. I watched it in full and I actually agreed with
All right,
some
go
of the
ahead, Nita.
things
Get your
he
shit
said.
off. Let me hear it.
I'm not going first. Y'all tell me what y'all think, and I'm gonna tell y'all the truth afterwards.
Let's just go off your bar earlier.
No. I would love to hear what this Malcolm No X thinks over here.
First of all, I'm not a Malcolm OX nothing. I'm a regular nigga.
All right, so I'm gonna put you on. You was talking before the pod.
Do not do that. I would like to know what you think. I really do want to know. This is a genuine question. Why do you
What's
think?
the thing? I don't know the statistic as the numbers he's just talking about.
So
Like,
why do you think that Black Americans are getting divorced at a higher rate?
I'm going to answer it. How about you take a seat, right?
I'm sitting.
Lord Jesus. This is what people got to deal with?
Guess so. They like that, you know.
It's impossible.
They love it here.
there's something you do that make them like, you know what? I'd rather just stay. Maybe you be punking them. That's what it is.
Never.
You date soft men.
Never.
Has to be that.
I'd love to introduce you to one of my men.
I don't want to meet nobody you know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Me personally, I think this is weird because one, I'm not married, never been married, so I don't know this kind of answer. Say that again, ma'am. I didn't hear what you said. You got to talk a little louder.
You failed to execute, but continue.
I'll start off with I feel like, at least amongst black people, we feel like, or black men, that we have more to lose, and that is another reason why a lot of us are not getting married nowadays. I feel like, obviously, if you're successful, you have a lot to your name, to sit there and marry any woman for that matter, and fuck around and get divorced and she takes half of that is another reason why it's kind of diverting a lot of men nowadays to get married in general.
That's the reason not to get married. What's the reason for the divorce?
I just don't think that people fight for relationships at all in general in our community.
That part.
Okay. Why do you think that they're getting divorced specifically?
I mean, I think there's a multitude of reasons, i.e. being sometimes I feel like a lot of marriages are premature. I feel like people don't give enough time. Once again, I say this in every episode. People don't date through the seasons. So therefore, you're not looking this lifelong partner because people fail to realize that marriage is a lifelong thing. That this person you just think that you cool with for a year or two, that all right, I could do this life thing with until you fuck around. Now you're 5, 6, 7 years in and you realize this is not the person for me.
But people gotta also understand that people change out over time.
That's another thing I wanted to get into. Like marrying young to me is kind of dumb because you're not finished being fun. You're not finished meeting people or wanting to learn people, whatever the case
dating
is.
Marrying young is only smart when you have an idea that the person will change and you have to change with the person.
Yeah, but we can't tell the future either. You know what I mean? Like people change. Look at him.
And also to that though, I want to ask then because they do say, like statistically speaking, right? White people get married from the ages like 22 to 25. Mm-hmm. It's only black people that obviously either, hey, we're not getting married at all or we're marrying really late. So to add to this conversation, why do you think that's also the case?
Because y'all get married for stupid reasons.
Like?
Love.
So what reason should we get married? Please expound.
First of all, marriage is nothing but a contract anyway. It's a business.
It's a business arrangement.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is that you get married for love, and then when you don't have the warm and fuzzy feelings anymore, oh my God, I don't feel the same way. I want to break up.
Yeah, sure.
It's over.
So that's why
Let's
divorce
get divorced.
Because no one gets the business
y'all
part
are getting
right.
But when I
married,
get married, I'm not getting divorced. I don't care.
So I hope you don't get married for love.
That's what you said. What about him?
Married for love.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
and this is
if
a
he
real
leaves
life
me,
thing.
that's the only way.
So this is the thing. If you don't get married for love, people think that means that there's no love in your marriage.
It's not true.
But you're not going to always love your partner.
So
Not to say you're not going to hate them, but you're not going to always feel the fuzzy feeling. People have to understand that. Like, you're going to be bored sometimes. You're going to be annoyed sometimes. All of those things happen. People don't think like that.
But they get married for love. So when things happen in their marriage, they cannot weather the storm.
The reason why.
So here's the thing: if you get married for the business of
She just
marriage,
be talking.
No,
She just be talking.
because I let you give
I thought it was
the wrong reason.
My thing is I want to know the other reasons because you're saying, all right, you shouldn't get married for
I'm
love.
trying to give you the other reasons.
No, you're trying to go on a
Martin Luther
cheating,
over
right?
here.
They
She's
don't
not
Martin
thinking
Luther
about it.
I'm on some Black History Month nigga shit. I am not.
So here's the thing. Marriage is a contract and it's a business and it's a tool to grow your legacy with, right? And your generational wealth with, right? That's why when you get married, you get tax breaks, you get so many things beneficial from the government from being married. That's not by accident. That is by design. It is a business arrangement, right? And so getting married to say, oh, I love you, this is great, is stupid. What you should be doing is getting married to someone who you say, hey, we have a similar life plan. We are both committed to each other. Commitment is more important than love.
I agree.
Because commitment will take you through
the person.
Commitment will take you through the times when you don't like that person, when they're not warm and fuzzying you. And here's the thing. If you commit and you are kind and respectful to the other person, y'all can get through anything. If you lead with kindness and respect, because you're gonna go through things. The two killers of marriages are usually kids and somebody close to you dying. Why? Because it dramatically changes who you are and what you're able to give to your partner for an extended period of time.
But that's why they also say when you're dating someone, how they are in that moment when you're dating is who you have to consider. Is this a person you want to marry how they are right now? A lot of people have this idea like, oh, they're going to change and they're going to be better and they're going to be this and going to be that when a marriage happens. No, that's not what really
Actually, you should not consider who they are right now, because who they are right now is not who they're going to be in 5 years or 10 years.
You change
who they are
your ways
right
every
now,
10 years.
Character matters.
I get that. But what I'm saying is,
your character matters.
If a person asks you to marry them, how they are in the moment right now before I marry you, I have to be willing to accept that.
No. Let me give you a prime example. This young man right here works 16-hour shifts, 4 or 5 days a week. Currently, that's who he is right now. All he want to do is work, make money, pod, and sleep. A girl who he likes right now, she's got to be a girl that's cool with taking naps and riding to a pod. Because that's all he got to give. And maybe a date night.
But that's her accepting who he is right now.
Can I finish? He got maybe 2 or 3 date nights a month in him, right? He's going to go to his next career step. Let's just say that we don't know where this is going, but if he goes in what his profession is, his schedule changes dramatically after that. He now works 48 hours straight and has 5 days off a week. His time and what he's going to want or need is going to change dramatically in that relationship. Now, the person who he's with can't be like, well, damn, I never had to put this much energy into you before. Let's be married. I like you. And then like, okay, now you're in this new position. Okay, cool. Well, I'm still ignoring you because no, she has to know that like they're committed to the same lifestyle. Now, him finding a woman who says, hey, right now, today, I'm cool with taking naps and driving to the pod. And I'm aware that in 2 or 3 years, you gonna be in my face 5 days a week and I'm cool with that. And then maybe you go to the next level and you're gonna be gone 5 days a week again and only home on the weekends. And I'm cool with that because this is our life plan. And I'm gonna keep changing as things keep changing because we are hitting our targets and our goals. That is the person for him. Anyone worried about who he is today is not the person for him. It's not, he's not gonna be that person.
What I'm saying then, because
honestly, you kind of lost me in the same thing. You date a girl who don't do shit all day?
What I'm saying is you have to accept.
She waits for you to get off work.
I agree with what she's saying.
My thing is you're not marrying who they're gonna be. You're marrying who they are right now.
No,
you
are marrying the future. That's the problem. That's why y'all be getting divorced.
I agree to both of your takes. I agree for her take because like she's saying, the person you are today, we spoke it on a previous pod, right? As far as like dating, some people save like their secret or special moves for when they're married. And I feel like that's mad weird. I've said it before, I'm gonna reiterate the statement. The person that you plan to be as a wife or a husband, you should be doing that in the dating phase. So that way you already know it's going to be... I'm not going to marry you in hopes that you might become that person. So that's why I understand her point when she's like, you know, the person you see today should be the person that I ideally marry. But also understand what you're saying, because like I said, life can change in an instant. So yeah, don't get accustomed to... You have to just choose
who you're willing to fight
with.
Don't
get accustomed to the lifestyle I have today, because tomorrow or 6 months or a year from now might 180 this whole situation. So you got to be a girl that's down for that 180. But that'll get your shit off.
Wait.
Yeah, but go ahead.
You said something earlier. You said something about a man divorcing a woman. You know, women divorce men before a man divorces a woman most of the time, right?
Of course.
Okay,
listen, because
put that point out there.
Think about it. Hypothetically speaking, air quotes. What if I married that person right there?
That is crazy.
But let's be real. Let's be real.
I am
listen, one thing I've noticed too, because like for example, my parents been married for over 30-something years. I had conversations with my father where he's told me like he's accepted a lot from my mom that my mom will argue with him about not accepting. We're the ones that kind of battle and fight with the man to change things and do that, and the man would just be like, I'll accept this, I'll accept that.
But that's a little bit different because like I grew up in a house where it's like I accept. Nowadays women, they're becoming more strong and more male like.
Yeah, but men still keep their feelings to themselves more, so they're holding a lot.
Listen, why? Because we keep it to ourselves because you women like to weaponize us. You use our feelings as weapons. So guess what? Like if I happen to marry this right here, right? And I'm telling her some stuff, and then our argument happens, and then she uses, well, that's why you did, or that's why.
But not all women are like that.
I would like to just interrupt there and put
You've been doing that.
You have to find a woman that wouldn't do that to you.
That women,
fair enough.
Women
fair
are,
enough. But the thing
is,
most women in this day and age are more,
I agree.
You know,
combative.
Alpha.
Masculine.
Exactly. And when it's like, yo, just submit, just chill, like, you know what I mean? Let me be the man. Now, mind you, most men aren't men. Okay, 95% of men aren't men.
Okay.
I'll give her that. But the fact of the matter is, if you find a man who actually is a man, don't try to find out if he really is a man. Mm-hmm. How about you try to understand the guy and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, soften up and then let the man be a man and lead.
So let me be very clear.
Actions speak louder than words.
As I said earlier, because he's going to paint me as this terror female.
No, not terror female.
This heifer. This
No,
harlot.
no.
This harlot.
Listen.
She's a witch.
Let me for the people. For the people out
I know
there.
that's from Jamaicans. Ban it.
Hold on,
Right?
I got you.
Oh, darn
For
it,
the
my
people
bad.
out there, like when I come from,
I'm not Jamaican.
a female. Oh, that's crazy.
So wait.
A female like you, right? I'm not trying to say
and like me.
stop. I'm trying to show
I
you.
don't like this. What you're
All
trying
right,
to
give
do.
me a second. You didn't let me talk.
Just say a female like and talk about what you're talking
Can you
about.
please
Not
let me
like
go?
me. Leave me alone.
A female like
Unhand
yourself,
me.
right?
Unhand me, sir.
Listen,
Let him get his shit off. We gotta wrap this up.
like a female like yourself, right? Like I understand you need someone who's gonna listen to you, but I don't think you know how to listen. So once you learn how to listen, I guarantee you, your life will be a lot easier. You just know to just shut up sometimes.
I would just like to tell you the following, right? I do not struggle with this in my personal life. In my personal life, I follow the doctrine of find a man that you're comfortable with letting lead and let him do his job. And exist in your divine feminine energy as a helpmate and as a nurturer and as a guide for his legacy. That is your job. The man is the head, the woman is the neck. You don't have to do too much, right? However, when you're in the world, being with people who are not protecting your interest and your heart and your values and who are not putting you first, you don't owe them a damn thing. You don't owe them submission. You don't owe them consideration. You don't owe them, they are an op, for lack of a better term, right? So I get that coming off to men who are not my man, I seem a little like,
But I feel like...
But we could do the Google reviews. They are stellar. 5 stars across the board. I handle my business at home.
All I'm saying is if you need to maybe soften up.
No.
In general.
Foot on necks at all times.
But women being
she's
combative.
gonna marry herself.
We have to respect each other, period. That's a part of the problem.
Listen,
That's being a part of the problem.
Closing statements.
I just want to put this out to you. I think that that's what people try to tell women in a way to curb their ambition or their place in the world.
You can be ambitious and don't have to be combative
No.
and disrespectful.
I think that in large part, when men behave very similarly, they're never told, be soft.
But let's be real. As a black woman, when you act this way,
oh no,
you get told you're an angry
She
black
thinks she's
woman.
the prize.
So I don't play games.
I don't like to follow. I don't like to act that way.
I don't play games.
I'm soft in every part of my
I don't
life.
play those games. I'm not a prize.
I've been trying to tell you that this whole time.
But I don't play games, so there's no prizes to be won. But what I will say is this. I think that oftentimes that can be weaponized against you, especially by someone who doesn't have your interest at heart. You don't owe anyone except for the people in your household and who have proven themselves to hold your character and to hold your safety at the highest regard. That
She argues with the waitresses.
Yo, listen, man, we're gonna have to sign out.
I don't argue with
We are going to have to sign
Now
out.
we gotta
Listen,
bring them
guys,
back again.
It's been a pleasure. They're definitely gotta be a part two.
him assassinate my character time and time
There
again.
You
has
are
to-
doing it yourself.
There has to be a part two.
You came up here. Listen.
Insane. Sir,
There has to be a part two.
look in the mirror. Be the
I
change
do.
you want to see.
Listen,
Leave me
man.
alone. Unhand me.
We're gonna close out with this.
I don't even follow you.
We're gonna close out with this. Shout out everybody. Shout out the fans. Shout out the supporters, man. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Being Black is Ghetto. Being Black is Ghetto on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification. And we're gonna end with this. You are not pro-black if you do not marry a black woman or a black man. And we're gonna leave it at that. It's your boy Jay Evans, Dotto, Nina, Patty, signing out.
And
We
we're
outta here.
out.